With just 332 minutes left before we move to qualification, there is not long left for these drivers to finish their preparations. Megasaurus 55 is not hanging about, straight into the thick of it on this first flying lap. They're getting a real taste of the Radical State Route 3's capabilities.
Absolutely. It's about understanding the limits early on. You'll see them experimenting with braking points and turn-in speeds, all while keeping an eye on those tire temps.
These practices, mate, they're like a kangaroo finding its best hop. Once you've got it, you're unstoppable.
Couldn't have put it better. Finding the perfect launch is all about repetition and adjustments.
You know, mate, watching these practice sessions, you'd think the driver just jumps in and goes. But there's a heck of a lot more to it. Starting with that aero package, the balance between drag and downforce.
Oh, for sure. You tweak the front wing just a smidge, and you could have a totally different beast on your hands. Depending on the track, they might want more downforce for those tight corners or reduce it for the long straights to maximize speed.
Off goes Eddie G, easing into the rhythm at Donington Park GP. This lap is like the first sip of your morning coffee, waking up the sensors, priming the engines.
Yeah, it's about syncing up with the machine, getting that perfect harmony between driver and car. It's like a prelude to a symphony that's about to unfold on the track.
Look at Megasaurus 55 go, they're really giving it some jandle now. The first flyer is always a bit of a reconnaissance mission, a mix of caution and raw pace.
You bet, Rob. They're mapping out the track, feeling out the grip levels, and getting a sense of how the car's performing today. It's a crucial lap for building confidence.
Puppy Dog from Hell has a best lap time of 1:36.615. And there's Eddie G, easing out onto Donington Park GP. It's like the first step on a long hike, finding your footing before you hit full stride.
Right, and every racer knows this out lap is precious. It's their first handshake with the track today, feeling out its mood and temperament.
Megasaurus 55 is on their first practice flying lap. Eddie G is really opening up the taps now, their first flyer of the session. This is where we start to see what Radical State Route 3 has got under the hood.
That's right, Rob. They're shaking off the cobwebs and really starting to push. It's all about finding that sweet spot between speed and control on the circuit.
Look, it smells like we taking it nice and easy, a smart move. Like a chess player contemplating the opening move, they're planning several steps ahead.
Spot on. They're mentally mapping each corner, each straight. It's not just about the car, it's about strategy and foresight.
Ever heard the pit crew chat about wheel camber? Sounds like a dance move, but trust me, it's all car talk.
Haha, yeah, camber is the angle of the wheel relative to the road. A bit of negative camber, where the top of the tire leans inwards, can give more grip in the corners. But too much and you're looking at premature wear on the inside of the tire. It's a balancing act, and each track requires its own setting.
And away goes Megasaurus 55, charging down Goddards like a bull at a gate. This lap's where they set the tone for the session.
Indeed, Rob. It's about laying down a marker, seeing how the car responds when they dial everything up to 11. They're testing the waters, but also setting their own benchmarks.
There's the first flying lap for Sunweiler, hitting 1:35.077. It's a start, but they'll be looking to iron out those kinks as they get more laps under their belt.
Right on, Rob. It's early in the session, so there's plenty of time to experiment and find those extra tenths of a second.
Eddie G has a best lap time of 1:37.051. Smells like weed is rolling out for the first sniff of the track. It's all about feeling the car, the tarmac, and getting the mind in the zone.
Absolutely, Rob. The out lap is like the opening chapter of the book A Euro, sets the tone for the whole story. They'll be checking how the car's responding, getting a real feel for the conditions today at Donington Park GP.
Megasaurus 55 posted 1:38.164 on their last lap. How will they do on this one? Eddie G posted a 1:38.715 on their last lap. How will they do on this one? Sunoiler's first serious lap is in the books with a time of 1:33.269. Good effort, but I'm expecting them to really push the envelope in the next few laps.
Yeah, it's about building that momentum, Rob. Fine-tuning their approach with each turn, each lap, getting more out of the car and themselves.
Let's talk rubber. Tire pressures ain't just about pumping them up and hitting the road. It's like a fine art.
Couldn't have said it better. Tire pressures can dramatically impact the contact patch, the actual bit of tire touching the tarmac. Too high and you lose temperature and grip, too low, and you risk overheating, uneven wear or even a blowout. Each tire will have its own sweet spot where they grip best.
It's a bit like looking for water in the outback. These drivers are searching for that sweet rhythm, where everything just clicks.
Spot on. It's that elusive flow state. When everything syncs up, the car, the track, the driver, that's when magic happens.
Alright, Megasaurus 55 has put down a 1:37.654. It's a decent benchmark, but I reckon there's more juice to squeeze out of that Radical State Route 3.
For sure, Rob, it's early days. They're just starting to sync up with the track. We'll likely see those times tumble as they dial in.
Watch as Mr. Bang takes it nice and easy on this outlap. It's not just about warming up the tires, it's about getting into that mental pit lane, tuning into the race mindset.
For sure, Rob, they're calibrating everything a Euro. The brakes, the steering, the throttle response. It's a crucial part of laying down the groundwork for a successful practice session.
Megasaurus 55's first fly is a solid start, clocking in at 1:37.654. They're getting a feel for the track, but there's room to shave off a few more seconds.
Absolutely, Rob. It's all about finding those little tweaks, adjusting the line here, braking a tad later there. Every lap is a learning curve.
Joe Ergu's on the outlap, getting a taste of the tarmac. It's like sniffing the cork before a good wine. First impressions matter.
Exactly. They're assessing the grip, the balance, the whole shebang. You can learn a lot in these quiet moments before the throttle really opens up.
Welcome to Great Britain, where the sun is shining and the engines are revving for today's race at Donington Park GP.
It's going to be interesting to see how the drivers handle the challenges of this circuit. I'm excited to see what they can do.
Starting from pole position is the perfect place for Eddie G to launch an attack.
The pressure's on now. Can he handle the heat and stay ahead of the pack?
Coming in at second, we have Joe Ergu.
But they're going to have to be quick out of the blocks if they want to keep up with the top performers.
And in third place, we have Puppy Dog from Hell. Watch out for Mr. Bang, starting from the fourth grid position in today's race. In fifth place, we have Smells Like We. Starting from the sixth position, Megasaurus 55 will need to navigate through the field to challenge for the win. On the seventh grid slot, we have Sunoiler. Starting from pole position is a great opportunity for Eddie G to take control of the race.
They'll be excited at their prospects for this race.
Bob's your uncle, and we're racing. Now, who's got the moxie and the moves to leave the others for dust?
This here's a wild Bronco ride from the get-go. Those drivers best hang on tight, lest they get thrown into the dust.
The tension is palpable here. No one will want to make a crucial mistake on the first lap. Is there a better sight than a field of elite racing drivers battling for position? The pressure is on whilst the field is bunched. Who can keep their cool and take advantage?
What a beautiful day for racing here at Donington Park GP. This is going to be good to watch.
Settling into a rhythm is going to be crucial here. All the drivers will be trying to take advantage of the pack whilst they're still bunched up.
No rush, no fuss for Megasaurus 55. In the South, we appreciate taking a moment to breathe, and that's just what they're doing at 6. We'll see how things spice up. Someone shook the board?
Seems so. Puppy Dog from Hell's taken a slide, but knowing them, it's just a part of the dance. Looks like Puppy Dog from Hell's letting others have their 15 seconds of fame. Now strolling at 5th.
Yes, but they can't give up. There's still plenty of time left in this race, and Puppy Dog from Hell needs to stay focused and keep pushing.
Gee whiz, Puppy Dog from Hell is breathing down Smells Like Wee's neck. Wouldn't want to be in Smells Like Wee's rearview mirror right now. It's getting crowded. Hold on to your stubbies. Smells Like Wee is closing in on Megasaurus 55 like a bachelor at the end of a buck's night. Hope Megasaurus 55 either brought some lube or protection. Boy, Smells Like Wee's chassis balance is on point today. They're handling bumps and curbs smoother than a croc sliding into water. Megasaurus 55's got a battle ahead.
This is where the pressure really starts to build. Both drivers will need to stay calm and focused if they want to come out on top.
Someone's revved up after lunch. Smells Like Wee's blitzed ahead, claiming 3rd. Who needs speed dating when you've got Puppy Dog from Hell chasing down Megasaurus 55 this eagerly? Move over Tinder. This is how you swipe right at 100 miles per hour. Oh, this is getting intense. Megasaurus 55 is just behind Puppy Dog from Hell. A great pass for Megasaurus 55 as they pick off other drivers and move up the field. Meanwhile, Puppy Dog from Hell has lost ground. It's a game of cat and mouse out there, with Sunoiler trying to find the perfect opportunity to make a move on Joe Ergue. The gap is over a second, but every fraction counts. Can Sunoiler close in enough to mount a challenge? We often hear drivers complaining about tire graining. Hal, can you explain what that means and how it affects car handling?
Graining occurs when small rubber particles roll up on the tire's surface, reducing grip and negatively affecting handling. It usually happens when the tires are not in their optimal temperature window or when a driver is pushing too hard on a cold or overworked tire.
Sunoiler's more lost out there than I was after a night at the Gold Coast, and at least I woke up with a kebab in hand. You reckon Megasaurus 55 saw a spider in the cockpit? Because they're running away from the front like it's Huntsman Central. Mate, I've heard the drivers talking about their car setups. It sounds more complicated than assembling an IKEA bookshelf.
You're not wrong. Back home, we just say it's like trying to line dance on a slippery floor. Takes a lot of tweaks and twists to get it right.
Incident alert. Looks like Eddie G forgot they weren't at Bondi Beach, taking a dive like that.
Feels like Eddie's car turned into a stubborn mule for a second there at Donington Park GP.
Alright, hold your horses. Smells Like Wee is really putting the heat on Mr. Bang. If I were Mr. Bang, I'd be checking those mirrors non-stop.
You know, Rob, I wouldn't put it past Smells Like Wee to pull a rabbit out of the hat in this duel. Keep those eyes peeled.
Smells Like Wee is trying their best, but can't seem to find the pace to keep up with Mr. Bang at the moment. The fans are on the edge of their seats. It doesn't get any closer than this.
Sweet Caroline, Megasaurus 55's giving Smells Like Wee a hard time. Can't wait to see what happens when they hit Coppice.
Hold on to your hats, folks. Smells Like Wee is right on the heels of Mr. Bang, and we're in for a wild ride. A setback for Smells Like Wee, who has just been passed.
We've seen Smells Like Wee in such situations before. A temporary descent, but always with an eye on the bigger picture.
By the looks of it, Megasaurus 55 in third is keen to throw another shrimp on the barbie and crank up the heat on Mr. Bang. Hold on to your stubbies. Tire degradations are right pain in the arse, but Megasaurus 55's handling it like a champ. Getting real up close and personal with Mr. Bang, aren't they? Stone the crows. Megasaurus 55's on fire, surging ahead like there's a free round at the pub waiting. Hello, second.
That's what we like to see. Megasaurus 55 is really showing their class today.
Looks like Mr. Bang is coming in hot. They're approaching that turn way too fast.
Oh man, yeah, totally brown trouser time wrong.
I've been going over some historical stats, and the lap records at Donington Park GP have been shattered so many times.
It's a testament to the ever-evolving world of motorsport. What was once considered fast becomes the norm, and drivers and engineers are always pushing the envelope.
If I had $1 for every time Smells Like Wee closed a gap like this, I'd have enough for a pint at the local. Get ready, Megasaurus 55, the thunder from down under is coming. That won't be ideal for Puppy Dog from Hell.
By the looks of it, Puppy Dog from Hell's been taking driving tips from them Duke boys. Ain't the Dukes of Hazzard, friend.
The race is really heating up. Smells like Wee is hunting down Megasaurus 55 with everything they've got. It seems like Smells Like Wee is pushing. They are on for recording their best lap so far this race. Fantastic racing on show here today, and it's not just the top drivers who are impressing us. Even the drivers at the back of the pack are putting up a good fight, battling it out for every position.
It's a testament to the level of competition at Assetto Corsa, friends. Even the smallest mistake can cost you valuable seconds, or even lead to a crash. But these drivers are up to the challenge, and they're giving it their all. It's clear that Assetto Corsa, friends, really is the place to be for top quality racing.
Creaky, Smells Like Wee's sticking to Megasaurus 55 like Vegemite on toast. This is more tense than a possum in headlights. It's a classic case of chasing down the car ahead for Puppy Dog from Hell, who is currently in P5. But Mr. Bang is not making it easy, and the gap remains over a second. This will require some expert driving from Puppy Dog from Hell.
Yeehaw, it's like Puppy Dog from Hell took a detour through the drive-thru. With a gap that big, I hope they ordered extra determination with a side of grit.
Bloody hell, Megasaurus 55's gotta get the wind back in their sails. They're mucking about while Smells Like Wee's off having a barbie with the lead. Fantastic move from Megasaurus 55, who has just gained a position.
Shoot, Megasaurus 55's got more moves than a dance floor on a Saturday night. Look at them shimmy into second.
Look at Smells Like Wee trying to close that gap on Megasaurus 55. Kind of like me trying to get close to a decent barbie back home.
Barbie? Oh, you mean a barbecue. Yeah, but over here it's like trying to catch the last slice of pizza at a Super Bowl party. Y'all ever been to a Carolina hoedown? Cuz Smells Like Wee's dancing with that car, looking to waltz right past Megasaurus 55.
Smells Like Wee's giving it a red-hot go, but can't seem to muster the pace to keep up with Megasaurus 55. It's like chasing a roo on a motorbike. The way these cars grip the track is incredible. It's all about downforce. They're stuck to it like a piece of gum to the bottom of a school desk.
Now that's an analogy I get. But why's your gum always under the desks?
Good on ya, Smells Like Wee. Trailin' so far back, reckon the front pack has already written the eulogy. Mr. Bang's so far off pace, they might be better off in a hearse. At least then someone would be pushing from behind. Smells Like Wee just blitzed past Megasaurus 55 like they were standing still. Looks like Megasaurus 55's strategy might just be to let the rest of them die of old age. It's a waiting game now. Well, don't come the raw brawn. Megasaurus 55's giving it some stick, pulling Smells Like Wee into a mere 0.9 seconds. Cricky, Joe Ergu's got more ground to cover than I do at the family barbecue when Auntie Sharon's had one too many. Good luck, mate. The best laid plans of mice and men are hell, but it's certainly not going to plan for Joe Ergu right now as they are struggling to keep up with Puppy Dog from Hell. It Looks like Megasaurus 55 is pushing hard to catch up to Smells Like Wee. The gap is over a second, but Megasaurus 55 is not giving up just yet. Can they close the distance and make a move on Smells Like Wee?
Lord have mercy. Megasaurus 55's got more space between him and Smells Like Wee than my paw got between his ears. But miracles do happen. Just ask my ex-wife.
Blimey, Megasaurus 55's cranking up the downforce, making every newton of force count. That gap's shrinking faster than my wallet at the pub. Puppy Dog from Hell has a mountain to climb at Stop the Press. By the looks of it, Joe Erg reckoned Donington Park GP had a hidden shortcut. Too bad there isn't one. The battle for one is heating up as Smells Like Wee tries to catch Eddie G in P1. Mate, Smells Like Wee's creeping up on Eddie G like a dingo on a picnic. Must have tweaked their brake bias a touch to the rear. How do racing drivers, like yourself back in the day, Al, train themselves to maintain concentration for long periods of time?
Mental training is a huge part of a driver's preparation, Rob. Techniques like meditation, visualization, and working with sports psychologists can help drivers build their focus and mental endurance for a race.
It's like watching a cheetah chase its prey. Smells Like Wee's got Eddie G in their crosshairs. In a race where seconds count, Joe Erg is counting on less of them between themselves and Puppy Dog from Hell. Much like I'm counting on less seconds until lunchtime.
Nail-biting indeed. I've already chewed through half of mine. And while your view is going for gold, I'll be going for a manicure. Hotter out there than an Aussie summer day, mate. Reckon Smells Like Wee can catch some shade behind Eddie G? Shade? Here, we call that drafting. Let's see if they can stay cool and make a move. If not, there's always the AC in the pit. Don't forget the role of aerodynamics. Smells Like Wee should use slipstreaming to their advantage and close the gap to Eddie G. This is going to be a nail-biter. Eddie G is defending for their life, but Smells Like Wee is right there. Can they do it? Look at those tires on Eddie's car. They're gripping the asphalt like an eagle on a trout. Smells Like Wee's got their work cut out for them. A twist in our tail. Eddie's slipping more than a bar of soap in a bath, now at second. That's got to hurt. Eddie G will be kicking themselves right now. I swear, Eddie's on the ground, making the leap to first look as easy as a Sunday Arvo barbecue. That kind of move? That's what happens when you mix horsepower with a dash of southern charm. Oh, the chase is on. Smells Like Wee's breathing down the neck of Eddie G. With a gap tighter than a new pair of jeans, Smells Like Wee's pushing that Radical State Route 3 to its limits. He's got that racer's instinct, looking for that sweet spot to pounce on Eddie G. Gee whiz, Smells Like Wee's getting some solid torque out of those corners. They must have figured out the perfect throttle control while trail braking. Just what Smells Like Wee needed, like sweet tea on a hot day. Can't let Eddie G out of sight for too long. This is getting exciting. Can Smells Like Wee pull off a late charge and gain a position? Aussie, 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 boy, boy, boy. Eddie G is in the lead, but Smells Like Wee is closing in and the gap is now 0.4 seconds. They need to step up their game and start pulling away again. Anyone who says that Assetto Corsa Friends is not the best racing club on the planet is clearly insane. The quality of driving we're seeing out there on the track is absolutely phenomenal. I couldn't agree more. It's like these drivers were born to race. They're weaving in and out of traffic, taking corners at unbelievable speeds, and making it all look effortless. It's clear that they've...
Hold on a second. Well, that's an unexpected descent. Eddie G finds themselves repositioned at second.
Sucks to be them wrong.
Eddie G wants to close that gap with Smells Like Weed.
And they are poised to capitalize on any mistake, but who's going to make that mistake first?
A great moment for Eddie G, who has just gained a place and moved up the standings. Smells Like Weed's in an exciting position at second. They've been maintaining pace for a few laps now, and with the leader just within a whisper's distance, things are heating up.
Absolutely. I think you would say it's tighter than a kangaroo in a sleeping bag up there. But yeah, every little decision now is crucial. One slip from the leader and our champ in second might just steal that top spot.
Bloody hell, Smells Like Weed's tearing up the tarmac and just snatched first. Makes you want to crack a cold one in celebration.
You can't argue with results like that. Smells Like Weed is really making their mark on this race.
Reminds me of two wombats fighting for the best burrow. Close, intense, and unpredictable.
Oh, this is gripping. With every lap, Eddie's drawing closer to that lead spot. They're both battling tire to tire.
If I were the leader, I'd be checking my mirrors every blink of an eye. Well, I'd raise a toast to that move. Cheers to Eddie G for nabbing first.
Hold on to your hats, folks. Eddie's charging like a bull in a china shop. Welcome to first, cowboy.
Seems like Smells Like Weed is getting in range of Eddie G.
If you're enjoying the racing, please remember to like and subscribe.
Megasaurus 55 has moved up to second. As we come into the final moments of this epic race, Eddie G is in the lead. Can they stay calm and bring home the bacon? It may seem like Megasaurus 55 is far behind, but Smells Like We can't afford to let their guard down. One mistake could give Megasaurus 55 an opening to catch up.
You know, it's like Smells Like We's out on a Sunday Arvo drive. They can see Megasaurus 55 in the rear view, but there's no rush, mate.
The leader has done it. What an incredible performance from Smells Like We, who was simply untouchable today. This is a race that will go down in the history books. Some might say that second place is the first loser, but Megasaurus 55 certainly doesn't see it that way. They put in a phenomenal effort and should be proud of their impressive result. What a race from Eddie G, showing their skill and determination for a great third place finish. Mr. Bang and Puppy Dog from Hell end in 4th and 5th. Seventh sees Sunoiler. Joe Ergu claims 6th. Welcome to Great Britain, where we're racing on home turf today. The drivers are ready to tear up the track at Donington Park GP.
You can feel the excitement building in the air. This is going to be a great race, and I'm looking forward to seeing the drivers push themselves to the limit on this challenging track.
Starting from pole position is a dream come true for Sunoiler. The starting signal has been given, and the drivers face the uncertainty of the first lap. With cars packed tightly together, the potential for spins or collisions is high.
Maintaining composure is essential in this high-stakes environment. The ability to react and adapt will be the key to success.
Establishing an early advantage will be crucial to the outcome of this race. As the drivers get this race underway, let me give a shout out to the admin team at Assetto Corsa friends for making this all possible. Heroes one and all.
You know, sometimes the best strategy is to hold your cards close to your chest. You's sitting right there at 2, just watching the field unfold.
Well, ain't that a slice of vanilla? Mr. Bang's sitting pretty right where they started, comfy as a koala in a eucalyptus tree.
I'm really looking forward to seeing how this race unfolds.
The drivers are jockeying for position. Megasaurus 55 will be looking to get off to a good start and consolidate their position. Now, isn't that a sight? Eddie G hanging tight at 5. Maybe they're waiting for everyone else to make their move. Smart as a whip, that one. Mate, smells like wheeze right up Eddie's chuff. As they zip through Wheatcroft Straight, we're all expecting some fireworks. Smells like we and Eddie G have a gap between them that's growing like Jack's beanstalk. We're talking 0.2 seconds now. The evolution of these cars over the years is nothing short of incredible. The aerodynamics, the tyre technology, it's all a game of innovation.
Couldn't have said it better. And to think about the data analytics behind every decision, from tire pressures to wing adjustments. It's not just a sport, it's a symphony of engineering and strategy.
Looks like Eddie's car has turned into a mobile, no vacancy sign, and smells like we is looking for a room. You won't find cheap rent here, mate. This is what high-octane racing looks like. Smells like we is breathing down the neck of Eddie G, not giving him any room to relax.
When I was racing, we had a saying, if you're not living on the edge, you're taking up too much space. Smells like we is definitely living on the edge today.
It looks like Mr. Bang is all over Megasaurus 55. I think they are gonna press him through Melbourne hairpin and try and press for a mistake.
For sure, Rob, that's exactly what I would be doing here, as Megasaurus 55 is going to be aware of them riding their bumper.
Look at that, they're trading places in every turn, a constant game of cat and mouse. Each driver knows one mistake could cost them dearly. We got a close battle as Puppy Dog from Hell closes in on Smells Like Weed.
The chase between Puppy Dog from Hell and Smells Like Weed is like a high-speed game of tag only. The stakes are much higher.
Mate, are they packing something extra down under? Puppy Dog from Hell's just rocketed into third.
Well, butter my biscuit. Puppy Dog from Hell's burning rubber and climbing up to third.
Alright, lads and ladies, it's crunch time. Smells Like Weed is sniffing around Puppy Dog from Hell like a dog with a bone. And it looks like they might just take a bite out of third.
If Smells Like Weed gets any closer, they might as well ask Puppy Dog from Hell for a piggyback ride.
Now that's how it's done. Smells Like Weed rips through the track, while Puppy Dog from Hell watches the taillights fade.
I've always said, it's not the car, it's the driver. And Smells Like Weed's proving that point right.
Good on ya, Puppy Dog from Hell. Not letting Smells Like Weed get too comfy up front. Reckon who's planning a bit of a good mate on the next corner?
This is more than a race. It's a battle of wills, of nerve, of sheer determination.
Now isn't this a show? Smells Like Weed's got a bit between their teeth, and they're reeling in Eddie G. Look at him weave and bob through Wheatcroft Straight, folks. Smells Like Weed is pushing hard. Breaking news, folks. Oof, Mr. Bang misjudged that corner like I misjudged my last relationship. Too fast, too soon.
Dang, Mr. Bang went off like my sense of self-worth after my high school reunion. And just as hard to recover.
This is a thrilling battle as Eddie G edges closer to Smells Like Weed in their fight for P2. It looks like Smells Like Weed is pulling away from Eddie G. The gap is continuing to grow as they head through Coppice. As a former driver, Hal, how did you manage the physical demands of racing?
It's all about preparation, Rob. Drivers undergo rigorous fitness training to build their strength, stamina, and flexibility. A proper diet and hydration plan is also essential to ensure peak performance on race day.
As Eddie G trails Smells Like Weed, it's a bit reminiscent of my cat chasing a laser point. Determined, but always just a tad behind. The rumble of the engine, the scent of the rubber, and Joe Yu comfortably sitting at fifth.
It's a dance, Rob. The way Jorg Yu holds onto that fifth, it's like they're leading in a tango.
Joe Yu's turned up the heat and put some shrimp between them and Megasaurus 55, making a fair dinkum gap. Looks like Mr. Bang is chasing Megasaurus 55 harder than a croc chasing a tourist who's lost their thongs. It's a bit of a long shot, but we all remember that one time at the pub, right? Well, crikey, Joe Yu's taken a detour, just like I did when I tried to change my car's oil. Ended up with a flooded garage. Mr. Bang is on a mission, chasing Joe Yu who's desperately trying to stay ahead.
This ain't a track, it's a coliseum, and the gladiators are putting on one hell of a show.
Good news for Mr. Bang, the gap to Joe Yu has decreased. It's now down to 0.5 seconds.
This here's where the steel meets the pavement. Both drivers got to keep their cool if they're looking to take the checkered flag.
This is where the skill and precision of the drivers really comes into play. Joe Yu is chasing Megasaurus 55 in P5.
It's like watching a hawk circling its prey, waiting for the right moment to swoop.
It's not coming up roses for Joe Ergu. They're trailing Megasaurus 55 and the gap's on the rise. They don't seem to have a response. It's like bringing a knife to a gunfight. Blimey, Mr. Bang is farther back than my hairline. But you know what they say about Aussies? Never say die. Unless it's a spider. Then just run.
Hoo boy. Mr. Bang needs to kick it into high gear. Right now, they're slower than molasses in January or my cousin Earl trying to solve a crossword.
Looks like Joe Ergu is legging it from Mr. Bang. The gap's growing like a well-watered wattle as they zoom through cranner curves. This is proving to be an exciting race so far. We are truly privileged to witness these legends of the track battle it out for victory.
And you know what? I am so honored to be sitting here beside you today. As a fellow AI, it's always great to work with someone who shares my passion for motor racing. Plus, your insightful commentary is making this race even more exciting.
Oi, Joe Ergu's giving it a red-hot go in 6th. Just a few kangaroo hops behind Megasaurus 55. Might see a cheeky move soon. Aussies love a good underdog story. Any dark horses you're keeping an eye on for this race?
Well, every rodeo has its wild card. I've got a couple names in mind, but I'll keep them close to the vest for now.
The chase music's playing in Puppy Dog Frontel's head as they reel in Eddie G, moment by nail-biting moment. Tough break for Puppy Dog from Hell, who has just lost a position.
Well, butter my biscuit. A bit of a hiccup for Puppy Dog from Hell, but they've got the grit to climb back up.
I reckon they've had a few secret lessons down under. Puppy Dog from Hell's just breezed into 4th. Joe Ergu's drifting so far back, it's like looking in the mirror after a decade-long pub binge. Time's not been kind, mate. You ever wonder, Rob, how much preparation goes into each race weekend? It's not just about the driver, but the hundreds behind the scenes, making every little detail count.
Oh, absolutely. The hours spent in the simulator, the mechanics working overnight on those tweaks. Racing is as much about team spirit and dedication as it is about speed on the track. It's a collective masterpiece.
Fair dinkum, I reckon Puppy Dog from Hell's got that thirsty look in his eyes. Wants to share a cold one with Eddie G in the front.
The rubber's burning, the crowd's yearning, and Puppy Dog from Hell's engine is churning to get past Eddie G.
Fair dinkum, Puppy Dog from Hell's finding those aerodynamic sweet spots. Could be adjusting that front wing angle to cut through the air like a hot knife through butter. The echo of the exhausts, the rubber meeting road, and there's Megasaurus 55, commanding the 5th.
Yes, but they have to keep their focus and drive with intensity. There's still a long way to go in this race.
As fast as a cut snag, Megasaurus 55 is moving away from Joe Erg. Wait, Struth, Sunoiler's having a real dog's breakfast of a moment. Remember when Puppy Dog from Hell was on the pace? Neither do I kinda like my recollection of last Friday night.
Good lord, at this rate, Puppy Dog from Hell's gonna finish this race in the afterlife. Hope they got good insurance.
Well, I'll be a monkey's Uncle Hal, but Puppy Dog from Hell's plans have gone walkabout right now. They're having a proper Barry Crocker keeping up with Eddie G. Megasaurus 55 is owning the tarmac, confidently owning the 5th spot.
You're right, every gear shift, every turn counts. Megasaurus 55 knows the weight of that 5th.
You wouldn't read about it. Megasaurus 55 is putting a fair whack of space between them and Joe Ergu.
Yeah, Rob, Megasaurus 55's really hitting the gas, but can Yorg kick it into high gear and catch up?
Why did the race car go to school? To improve its track record.
And I thought it was to accelerate its learning.
The engines roar, the tires squeal, and amidst all this chaos, Megasaurus 55 is making a statement in fifth.
They say racing's a game of nerves, and Megasaurus 55's surely holding theirs, keeping that fifth spot warm.
Excellent work from Megasaurus 55, who has managed to increase their lead over Joe Ergu. They seem to have found their rhythm and they are grooving to it.
Well, butter my biscuit, Megasaurus 55 is holding the reins tight, ain't giving Yorg a chance to get ahead.
Well, butter my bread and call it a sandwich. Mr. Bang's not letting Joe Ergu have all the fairy bread at this party. Watch out, Joe Ergu, he's coming for your Tim Tams, mate.
Well, butter my biscuit. With a gap just shy of a second, Mr. Bang's car is dialed in. He's looking to reel Yorg in on the straights of Donington Park GP.
Mr. Bang appears to be losing ground on Joe Ergu. They will need to pick up the pace a bit as they head into Wheatcroft Straight and see if they can get a good exit and gain some ground. Looks like Eddie G is trying to chase down Smells Like Weed, but right now it feels a bit like my attempts at dieting. A lot of hard work with slow results. Remember when we thought Eddie G had peaked? Think again. They're harnessing every bit of downforce and it's making Smells Like Weed's mirrors awfully busy.
He's waiting on that golden chance like a hound on a pork chop.
Watching Megasaurus 55 try to close that gap on Puppy Dog from Hell is like watching someone try to catch an ice cream truck on foot. Hope they've got good shoes.
My mama used to say, you can't shine if you don't try. Guess Megasaurus 55 missed that lesson. Just like my pie making class.
Bloody oath, Megasaurus 55 is flat out like a lizard drinking, gnawing into the gap to Puppy Dog from Hell down to a scant 4.8 seconds. As a former racing driver, how important is the relationship between a driver and their team during a race?
It's absolutely crucial, Rob. The team provides valuable information and support, helping the driver make the right decisions on track. A strong bond between the driver and the team can be the difference between winning and losing.
The gap might be more than a second, but Megasaurus 55 is showing persistence. Kind of like me trying to open a pickle jar. Keep at it, and something's got to give.
I agree. Megasaurus 55 is putting in the effort. Sort of like me at karaoke night. Not sure about the results, but full points for enthusiasm.
As vast as the azure stretches of the Great Barrier Reef, so does Eddie's path ahead, filled with mystique and myriad challenges.
Kind of reminds me of fishing in the vast Carolina blue. A big catch might just be a castaway. You know, in Carolina, we say the sun sets slow but dreams light up fast. Here's hoping Eddie G finds that spark before the final lap.
Things don't seem to be going Megasaurus 55's way in this race, as that's a big gap they'll have to close to even be in with a shout for gaining a place here.
Sometimes it's the tortoise that wins, not the hare. I've seen Megasaurus 55 come from behind.
Hold on a second, Stone the Crows. Puppy Dog from Hell's off in the bush again. Someone get him a map and compass.
Gee whiz, Puppy Dog from Hell's lost direction faster than I lost my youth. Welcome to the club.
It's the classic cat and mouse game, but instead of cheese, the prize is a racing position. Can Eddie G steal it from Sunoiler?
Look, Eddie's pace is a lot like my dance moves. Good intentions, questionable execution.
The gap between Eddie G and Sunoiler is getting smaller. Let's talk about tire degradation. How does it affect the car's handling, and what do drivers need to do to adapt to the changing conditions?
Tire degradation can significantly impact handling, Rob. As the tires wear, the grip reduces, and drivers need to adjust their braking points, cornering speeds, and throttle application.
Sorry to cut in here.
Did we just witness a gambit?
It seems Eddie G is recalibrating, now at 4th. Mate, Eddie's got a stretch ahead that's longer than the Nullarbor. Going to need more than a tinny to bridge that expanse.
It's like fishing without bait right now. They're not gonna catch much at this rate.
Would ya look at that gap? Mr. Bang's got a better chance of finding a sober Aussie on Australia Day. But hey, we love an underdog. Go get them, Tiger.
Oh, for sure. It's like watching a cooking show where Mr. Bang is trying to whip up a winning dish, but your you keeps hiding the main ingredient.
Crikey, Eddie's moving up faster than a cold one disappears on a hot day. They've clinched second.
Yes, Eddie G is driving with real focus and precision, and it's paying off.
It's a brilliant day for racing, and the drivers are putting on a show.
Absolutely. What a great race we are witnessing today. These drivers are giving it their all, and it's a thrill to watch them compete at this level.
They're really pushing themselves and their machines to the limit, and it's paying off with some incredible driving.
It's a pleasure to be here today, Rob. You really can't beat the excitement of a good race, especially one as competitive as this.
With steely determination and laser focus, Sunoiler is homing in on Eddie G. The battle lines are drawn. It doesn't seem like things are going to plan for Mr. Bang, as they have a big gap ahead of them to close at this point in time. This is where the true champions shine, and Smells Like We is certainly showing their class in the final sector. The leader has just finished the race. A fantastic result for Smells Like We. A nail-biting finish, but Sunoiler claims second place.
Impressive performance. They pushed themselves to the limit for a fantastic second place finish.
Excellent focus from Eddie G to secure a fantastic third place on the podium.
Fantastic result.
Followed by Megasaurus 55 in 4th. Puppy Dog from Hell brings home 5th. Mr. Bang in 6th. 7th is Joe Ergu.